إذن قبضته من حديد وهو ملقب بسبايدر مان، فلنصفق معا للشيخ محمد بن عبد الله الثاني.
Please welcome Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdullah Thani.
Imagine carrying this backpack, not for 1 meter, not for 10 meters, but for 8 or 10 hours a day, at incline levels reaching 70 degrees, freezing cold weather of minus 65. That is way colder than your freezer at home. In the world's coldest, driest, most remote place on Earth, Antarctica. And I am there to climb its highest peak, Mount Vinson. Who can tell me here how high Mount Vinson is? I can't hear you. 10,000 meters. That's a bit higher than any mountain. 6,000 feet. Do you know the Aspire Tower? The highest tower in Qatar, 300 meters. Mount Vinson is 4,895, 16 times higher than Aspire Tower. 16 times. When I was 19, I had two choices. I had the choice to live a full life, to live a life filled with experiences or challenges. Or I could have lived a life sitting at home watching TV. I chose to live a full life. I chose to live a full life, so I write a bucket list. I can see some people here wondering, what is a bucket list? It's simply a list of challenges or experiences one wants to do in his lifetime. So you write them down on a piece of paper. Here's an example of my bucket list. Who would like to drive a Formula 1 car? I always wanted to do that. It was my dream to drive a Formula 1 car. So when I was sitting one day in London, an opportunity presented to me to drive that car. So I jumped straight into it and drove a Formula 1 car for my first time. Something else on my list was flying a hot air balloon. So one day I was with my cousin in Arizona. I saw a leaflet, fly a hot air balloon. So I told him, come on, let's go do it. I told him, Mohammed, let's have coffee, chill, enjoy. I told him, come on, how many times will you fly in a hot air balloon? So we did. After hours, I convinced him to go with me on the hot air balloon. We flew so high that the birds were flying under us. We flew so high that the planes were flying under us. So after that, the only thing that you feel is the wind breeze on your face. Not every experience has to be a big one. Some experiences are very simple. When I was preparing for the speech, I looked at my bucket list and I said, there's something I could do. Arm wrestle a stranger. I looked to my right, there was a stranger. So I told him, do you mind arm wrestling me? He said, why not? So we arm wrestled. Guess what else was on my list? Antarctica. And climbing Antarctica is not like calling Abdulla or Ahmed, driving for 10, 15 minutes to Villaggio Mall, buy some popcorn, watch the movie. No, it was a different ballgame. Just going to Antarctica, we had to take 3 different planes. just to reach the bottom part of Chile. From there, we had to take 2 other planes, a ski plane and a ski plane and a cargo plane to reach Vincent Base Camp. And from Vincent Base Camp, our climb began. From Vincent Base Camp, we carried our backpacks. We carried our tents. We carried our clothes. We carried our supplies. Everything we had to carry or pull on the sledge. We did that for hours and hours every day, 8 to 10 hours, 70 degrees incline, freezing cold weather. You risk frostbites. You risk falling into crevasses. Then after that, you reach camp. Guess what happens in camp? We rest? I wish. Once we reach camp, we have to set up camp. We have to set up our tents. We have to set up our kitchen tents. We have to take out our supplies, dig out our supplies. Then we build ice blocks to build a windshield to protect us from the wind at night. Then we go back to the kitchen tents. Guess how long it takes us to melt 1 liter of ice in Antarctica? Here, it would take us 2 to 3 minutes to boil water. In Antarctica, it takes you 45 minutes just to melt 1 liter of water. 45 minutes. After that, we cook dinner. After cooking dinner is the only time you can rest on icy floors. So, after days and days and hours of climbing and setting camp, climbing and setting camp, we reach our goal. We reach what we have been working for so long. We've been climbing for days, preparing for it for months or years. You reach the summit. So many people ask me, why do I do this? Why do I risk my life? Why do I push myself to this? Why I might as well just jump off a plane. Off my list, I've done it as well. It's on the screen over there. So, you may ask me, why do I do what I do? I do it for 3 reasons. The first reason I climb is to challenge myself. I challenge myself physically and I challenge myself mentally. I challenge myself physically by pushing my boundaries higher and higher. Each climb I do is either higher, colder, or harder than the one before. And I do it to see that I can. I challenge myself mentally by focusing on the target. I avoid distractions, people telling me, I cannot do this. It's too hard, it's too cold. I just focus on what I want, and I reach it. When was the last time you challenged yourself physically? When was the last time you challenged yourself mentally? Challenge yourself and know that you can. The second reason I do what I do is as the brand ambassador for Rota, it gives me great pride to be climbing for something greater than oneself, to be climbing for a greater cause. Every night when I sleep in the mountain, I think of all these people that are depending on me climbing, that are supporting me to climb, that are expecting me to climb. And when I wake up in the morning, I wake up stronger and give it my 110% to reach that summit. And then, my third and most important reason I do what I do is because of all of you. I would like to inspire and motivate the people of my country to step up to their dreams, to write a bucket list, to live a bucket list. to live up to their dreams, reach out to their dreams, and live a full life. Thank you very much, and you've been an amazing audience. Please give your hands a round of applause. Thank you.
شكراً شيخ محمد.
Anyone wants to carry my bag?
فلنصفق أكثر للشيخ محمد بن عبد الله الثاني.